was asked to give a brief overview of how the Passionist Way came about. Well, as many of you know, at the 2019 chapter of Holy Cross Province, a resolution was approved to create a rule for lay Passionists. And so a committee was formed to accomplish what initially seemed like a pretty straightforward assignment. Well, as soon as the committee began meeting, we discovered it wasn't so straightforward after all. In fact, it was a journey with a lot of twists and turns, some false starts, some unexpected detours, and frankly, some moments where we weren't sure where we were going. That's why, as Tim said, it took at least a year and a half, if not 2 years, of many meetings on Zoom to finally come up with what's now known as the Passionist Way. What did we do? We talked a lot. We shared our stories. We reflected on our experience with the Passionists. We looked at rules for lay members of other religious communities, religious congregations. But in many ways, it seemed like we were going in circles, at least for a while. And I suspect most of the members of the committee would agree that yes, we floundered for a while, but then something sparked. That spark came from the realization that a rule specifically designed for lay Passionists seemed out of sync with where Holy Cross Province is today. The idea of a rule for lay Passionists seemed to suggest that there were two very distinct groups in Holy Cross Province. On the one hand, in one space, there were vowed Passionists who were guided by the constitutions of the Passionists. On the other hand, in another space, there were lay Passionists who needed a rule to guide them. But that didn't seem in tune with Holy Cross Province in 2023. So the more we thought about it, the more we felt that we had to re-envision our original assignment in a way that honored the reality that is Holy Cross Province today. Over the past few years, we've increasingly spoken of the Passionist family of Holy Cross Province to describe the growing awareness that there are not two totally separate, distinct groups in the province, but one group, one family, a family brought together because each of the members of that family has taken the Passionist charism to heart. Each of the members of that family has identified with the charism and been changed by it. As it says in the opening paragraph of the Passionist Way, each member of the Passionist family of Holy Cross Province has their own story as to how the seeds of Memoria Passionis came to be planted in our hearts. It's our sharing in that common charism and our collective commitment to keeping alive the memory of the Passion that makes family the absolutely fitting word for describing Holy Cross Province today. And so after many weeks and months of meeting, the committee realized that maybe a separate rule for lay Passionists would have worked, would have made sense 10 years ago, but it wouldn't work and it wouldn't make sense today. What became the Passionist Way was demanded by the new reality of the Passionist family of Holy Cross Province. That's why we ended in a very different place from where we began. We wanted something that would reflect where the Spirit has guided and is guiding the province. We wanted something that would inspire us, something that would move and challenge us, something that would help us grow together into this new reality that is the Passionist family of Holy Cross Province. Perhaps the best way to describe the Passionist Way is in the opening paragraph of the introduction. There it says, the Passionist Way is an inspirational, dynamic text for lay and vowed members of the Passionist family of Holy Cross Province. It is meant to be prayerfully read, reflected upon, and applied to daily life. So it is not for lay Passionists alone, but for every member of the family. And to describe it as dynamic means that it is a living document, something to grow more deeply into. That is why we called it the Passionist Way. The language of way suggests a path that we pursue together. It suggests that as we journey together, we help, guide, teach, support, and learn from one another, but also love one another. So our hope as the committee is that the Passionist Way will guide us in what we believe is a very graced time in Holy Cross Province.